Hello friends, welcome to my tutorials once again. I hope you liked my previous videos, and if you do like them, subscribe to my channel. There is a lot more to come from SourceCAD. So in today's tutorial we will make a simple USB plug. So let's start by making a construction line. Select a construction line and make one. Now go to polylines and make a polyline in vertical direction of length 5 units. You may need to zoom in the drawing area just to fit that line according to your screen size. Now start again. Make construction line, make a polyline with length 2 units horizontal, then 0.7 units vertical downwards, then 4 units, and now incline it at an angle of 30 degrees and give it a length of 3 units, then horizontally 20 units and attach it with construction line. Now join the two polylines to make it a single unit and use fillet. So we will specify radius and 2 units. You will select multiple so as to continue this command, and we will fillet edges. Now you go to fillet again, select radius, and this time select it as 2 units and fillet these edges. Okay, we're done with that. Now select these lines and use mirror command and mirror this entire geometry along construction line that we have drawn previously. Now delete this construction line, we don't need anymore, and join these two polylines by typing J and enter in command line. Now these are joined into a single unit. Go to 3D view and extrude it. Extrude, select a geometry, press enter. Extrude it at the height of 4 units. Now select its top view. We will make a rectangle with length 16 units and height 8 units. Here is our rectangle, and we will fillet its edges with radius 1 unit. So go to fillet, select radius 1 unit and select polyline. By selecting polyline, you can fillet all its edges at once. Now we will move it on our main USB drawing. Here it is. Move it leftwards to 2 units just to place it accurately. Now you can see it has been placed on the lower face of this USB plug, so we will move it upwards 4 unit. Now it's on the topmost face of this plug. Go to shaded view to make it more clear. Now press pull and select this area and press pull it downwards at the depth of -0.2 units. Now a slight depth has been added in that rectangular area. Now we'll create another geometry, but at first we'll make a line joining these two centers. Select this face first because we have to draw our line on this face. Now select line, center and join them. Now we'll make a circle with that center and radius 1.7 units. Now you can erase that line. Now go to extrude, select your circle and extrude it up to 6 units. Now join them. That means you need to union them to make it a single unit. Now go to solid and fillet edge, select radius 0.3 units and fillet these sharp edges. I've selected chain here so that if I select only single edge, all the edges which are tangent to existing edges will be selected automatically. So you can select chain option here. Now it has been filleted as per our requirement. Now go to this face again. And select this face. Now we will draw a rectangle, simple rectangle with length 1 and height 10 units. Now make a copy of it. Add the distance, whatever you like it. There is no restriction over distance. But here I have selected 2 units. That would suit better. Move leftwards a bit. You don't need to be too precise while moving these rectangles. Now select move command and move them downwards at the distance as specified on the screen. Extrude, select both these geometries and extrude them upwards at the height of 1.5 units. Now use subtract but before making subtraction you need to adjust it properly and make a copy upwards also. Just copy those 2 extrusions . Now we will use subtract and subtract these 4 rectangles from our main geometry. Now you can see a groove has been created like this over here. Now go to rectangle again and make a rectangle here. We'll try to make a rectangle, the same type of rectangle that we have made on that face, on the topmost face here also, but this time we'll select this one face. Select a rectangle, make it here. Take its width as 1 unit, the same as you have taken in the previous rectangles, and just try to drag it at its center. There is no need to be precise on this. Now this seems well, perfect. Okay, so here we are. Now again extrude it, press enter, and this time extrude it up to 3.8 units rightwards. It will look something like this. Now we'll make a copy of this once again. So for copying we'll use mirror this time. Select 3D mirror and select axis as I'm showing here, like this. This will be our plane of mirroring and our object has been mirrored like this. Now select subtract, select main geometry and then subtracting geometries and press enter. Now this is our resultant figure which we have got here. Now let's move to our third part. So select the space, press enter. Go to face, select the space and press enter. Now the space has been selected as current face and all the drawings will be drawn on this space only. Now once again select rectangle and make a rectangle, and this time make a rectangle of length 8 units and width 2.7 units. Select fillet again, radius, give a radius of 0.3 units and fillet it. Now select this and move it on the top face as I've shown. It will be better if you draw a line that will help in moving this geometry on the top face. So at first I'll make a line like this here. Now select this geometry, move and move it on this line. Move again and center it along this geometry. Move it downwards 0.35 units to center it along this face. Now here we are. Now you can delete this line. Okay. Next, select extrude, select this polyline. Make sure to keep selection cycling SC on status toggles on. That will help in making selections, and extrude it up to 9 units. Now select shell, select this object and this face and shell it, and select shell offset distance of 0.1 units. So it will shell it. Next, go to rectangle and make a small rectangle on the space. Now this time make a rectangle of length 1.6 units and width 1.8 units. Like this. Now I will copy this one and place it here on the top face of this geometry. Okay, it seems to have been misplaced somewhere else. Okay, here it is. That's not an issue. We'll place it on this face. Okay, just move it. Move this geometry to 1 units. Now select move, select this one and move it up to the corner. Okay. Now go to copy this geometry. You may need to just move it properly because you need to select your face while moving this, so be cautious while moving these objects. They may be placed on some other face, so do it carefully. Now move this rectangle once again towards left at a distance of 1 unit. Now it has been properly placed as per our requirement. Now select press pull, select these two areas by using multiple and press pull it completely downwards. This will make a hole, a slot along entire geometry like this. Now you go to this face. For a better view, I'll select to the wireframe. Now this is better, hidden view. So we'll make our rectangle, but before making that, we'll select this one as our current plane. So again, make a rectangle with length of 7.8 units and height 1 unit. So select at the rate 7.8 into comma 1. Then fill it the lower edges by radius of 0.3 units. Only the lowermost two edges. Make sure you don't fill it the top two edges. Now extrude this geometry up to 9 units. Enter -9. Here we are. Now make small rectangles. Okay, but before making that, we need to make this plane as our current plane. So better we'll select this select face. Now go to rectangle and make a rectangle of length 0.6 units. Sorry, make it 0.7 units. A rectangle of 0.7 unit and height 9 units. Now we'll move this rectangle over our newly made geometry. So select this grip point and move it here. Okay, now it has been moved properly. Select this geometry once again and move it up to a distance of 1 unit. Maintain a gap of 1 unit between each such units and make total 4 copies of this rectangle. So make 4 copies and enter 1.7 between these two rectangles. Now select press pull and press pull this geometry up to a small depth. Take this depth as 0.1 units, that would be better. Now go to shaded view and we can see our geometry here. Now I'll go to layers and make a new layer and that. So go to layer properties manager, make a new layer and color it. Change its color to yellow preferably. Now we'll make current layer as layer 1, the one we have created right now, and extrude the 4 rectangles that we have created. Extrude all the 4 rectangles downwards at the depth of 0.1 units. Now we will move this complete geometry move it here like this. Now we are almost done with this USB plug. Only a few modifications needs to be done. So we'll insert USB symbol. So browse, go to insert, browse, and here is the USB symbol. You can download this symbol with the link provided in the comment box and description of YouTube video. Now place it here on the space and rotate it. Just place it correctly before rotating, like this. Now we will rotate this geometry up to 90 degrees like this. Now place it properly on this figure. Select any anchor point. You don't need to be very precise in this, as I've said earlier. Okay, this seems perfect. Now this is a block, so we'll make this a simple geometry. So I'll explode it by typing X and enter. Now it has been converted into a simple geometry, and I will use extrude. Select this and extrude it up to the height of 0.2 units. So here it is. Now only a single small unit needs to be added. We are almost done with our USB plug. So go to face and select this face and go to rectangle, make a rectangle, this time with length 0.6 units and height 5 units. Select fillet, radius of 0.3 units and polyline, and fillet all its edges. Now make a copy. Actually 3 copies would be better, so make 3 copies of this. And move this geometry. On this face. Like this. Now we will place it properly and centralize it. Select anchor points that are highlighted here. Move it here a bit and move them a little downwards also. Okay, this seems good. Just a little upwards. Now this is okay. So we are done with this. Now go to extrude and select all 3 geometries once again and extrude them at the height of 0.3 units. We are done. Now this one is our complete USB plug model. So guys, if you like this video, then do subscribe to my channel. There's a lot more to come. Thank you guys for being here. Have a nice day.